Ready? 1, 2.
All right, so on a campus in a galaxy far, far away, me and Danielle met here in Taylor Hall while it was still up. And we had the normal teacher-centered classes that you would find here where things were just forced on you. Then the building came down and we felt like there was these frictions with no building and we felt displaced, but it didn't matter because this actually became a mooring. It became a place for us to build on because we actually had to work together in close quarters and we found out we had some good ideas to share. So what we're going to talk about here tonight through mobility studies is the classroom and particularly the classroom as a container and the stains that have been left on the classroom through the years of teacher-centered learning. We see that every day. So what we first need to do is think about the classroom as a container. You can imagine this container as these shipping yard containers you see on the screen. And they all look a little different, but at the same time they're all the same shape, same things going on. Great ideas, but all very similar. So now close your eyes, step into the future with us and think about what the container could look like. Think about what these things really mean. What could be done there? What's going on in these places? Now imagine that. Now open your eyes. Did any of you see anything that looked like this? These places, the stadiums, the classrooms, the TED Talks, the living room even, that Riverbend setting, those are all places that real people share real ideas every day. And these are things that we need to include in this container. And once we do, we're going to find that the successes of our students are much greater once we allow them to expand and include their own surroundings and things that they're really interested in into the curriculum. And that's something we don't do now. So what we can do to expand this container is really build a community. And as you see, we can build a community that is far greater than what it is now, and it could include these outliers like you see Vader on the screen there in this group of what's so normal, right? These normal balloons. You have students who will have pushback. They'll say, like you see, stop including me, right? But the thing is that once we find this way to include these everyday values, these everyday things in the community that they can bring to the table and their unique skills, then we see that we can build on the larger community of the academy. I'm getting lost, but what we need to take the things we learn and not only apply them, like I said, to the classroom and the community on the campus, but also to their local community. So as we see in this picture of Chico here, we can have them applying the literature they learn or the tools they learn to the community, and for their everyday use, it becomes more useful to them, more purposeful in a way. And what they do with this is they take these little bits and pieces of things that seem like remnants or scraps of old knowledge and ways, and they can actually repurpose them for themselves into a beautiful piece of art. Something like this metal Yoda you see right here, coming from these scraps. And just as Clark says right here from Christmas, National Lampoon's Christmas, you see that you have this aha moment. You finally feel like you did it once you're able to take the tools that you've learned and actually apply them to something that you feel useful to yourself. It's not just something for some future learning that you're not going to use. Some of these tools that we find like in a classroom in this new container that you can use are things like collaborative works, like Danielle used in her class of collaborative fiction, having students come together and build on this type of writing that they're not comfortable with, but it really builds on the materials. Or make sessions. It's really important, like we had here tonight at the Ignite talk, things that you can actually put your hands on and you can actually make and repurpose the materials that you've learned into something totally different, something that's not been done before, and it's of your own making. So much like this slide says, where you see the container of English muffins and the muffins are on the outside now, that you're pulling these little bits of ideas outside of that container and you're bringing them to the world. You're adding this wonderful taste of the muffin to the world. So what do we learn here tonight, other than Run DMC loves Christmas? We learn that the container can be anything, that it needs to be expanded through community and expanded upon by bringing new things to the table. So Merry Christmas and Happy New Year! So that was just my little Run DMC. And yeah, I don't think this beach scene really says it all. It doesn't really sell how I feel. I thought maybe we'd feel like this right now, but who knows, you know? It feels that way. But we're going to take our badges of honor anyways and take our bow. It doesn't matter whether we feel like Chewbacca and we got shafted and didn't get a medal, or whether we're Luke and Han and we did. It doesn't matter. We still going to take our bow. So all I can say is go ahead, December 18th, get out, go see Star Wars Force Awakens. Thanks. That was hard to recreate it, you guys, in fake.
No, no,
just,
no,
just so you know.
no,